Hello and welcome to another coaching session from LeadershipMentor.com. In this week's session, I want to share with you some thoughts about how we can more effectively coach our team members. And specifically, I want to share with you three really great open-ended questions when we're sitting down and coaching our team members. And remember, the focus of coaching is to improve performance, but to do it right, we don't want to simply approach this conversation in a telling fashion. We want to get our team members to actually get engaged and come up with a solution. And when we do that, they buy into that solution, they're more dedicated to their success, and they really feel more empowered. So there's a huge difference when we use great questions and then we allow them to come up with a solution. So let's take a look at just three real quick questions we can use when coaching. The first one is really just a phrase we want to use, and that simply is, what else? And the idea here is when you ask a question or you ask for your team member to define something, they're going to come up with a response. And usually that first response is not going to go nearly deep enough for a solution. You may be looking for something else. You may want to encourage them to be more thoughtful or more in-depth. And so simply saying something like, what else, allows them to think deeper about a potential solution. And so, but it's important that we don't jump in and try to give them guidance either. We want to allow silence to happen after we use this statement and get them to think and then respond deeply. The second question I would use is, if you did know the answer, what would it be? And initially I thought this was kind of a silly question, but actually it allows them, again, to reframe their thinking and to come back with a more thoughtful response. And very often this is going to cause them to come up with a much better solution. And the third question is, what advice would you give a friend in your situation? And here what we're trying to do is we're trying to really take them out of their view or their perspective of the problem and get them to look at it from the outside, much like you are as the manager. And by doing this, again, it helps them with a different perspective to come up with a different solution. And so remember, guys, when we are coaching, we are not approaching our coaching sessions with a telling fashion. We want to use questions, open-ended questions, and we want to allow our team members to do much of the thinking. And that's going to, again, like I've mentioned before, it's going to get them to really utilize their mind, come up with a solution or solutions. They're going to feel more empowered because it was their idea, and then they're going to be more dedicated to success because it was their idea, not yours. So these are great three questions, and there are several other questions, and you could Google this as well and come up with some other options. But these are great questions to use when you're coaching your team member. So I want to encourage you, if you're not on our mailing list, go to our website if you're not already there. Simply put in your email and your first name, and we won't share that with anybody, but we do want to share with you weekly coaching sessions just like this. And I hope you have a great week, and we will talk to you again soon.